You've seen that guy, that rider, you know the one at the gas station, with a packed sissy bar, nodding to no one, silent, just focused on the horizon. Some people think it's lonely, others think it's dangerous. But for those who do it, riding solo isn't about being detached or distant. It's about a specific kind of freedom you just can't find in a pack. Today we're talking about the lone wolf. Why do some bikers choose the solo path? What are the real-world trade-offs you face when you leave the pack behind? Welcome along for another Hangout, everyone. In our Hangouts, we discuss stories from the saddle, motorcycling experiences, and biker-related topics. Let's get to it. If you're part of the 94% that are new to the channel, welcome. I would like to thank returning viewers, especially channel subscribers. Thanks for your support. It really helps. Let's start with the pro column. Why do we go it alone? Not long ago, I posted a video on the channel explaining why bikers ride in packs. I recommend you see it if you haven't. On the road, groups get noticed. There's something primal about seeing a leather-clad tribe covered in the grime of a day's ride and the sound of all those engines. Yeah, it gets attention, and it commands a presence that a solo rider simply can't replicate. While the lone wolf finds peace in the silence, the pack finds power in the collective roar, turning a simple trip into a moving spectacle that stops traffic and demands respect. So why am I talking about solo riding now? While the pack offers an undeniable cool factor and safety in numbers, there's a different kind of magic that only happens when you're out there by yourself. Think about it. In a group, you're constantly managing. You're checking your mirrors, watching someone else's pace, and stopping whenever the thirstiest rider needs a drink. But when you go solo, you're not just the rider. You're the navigator, the scout, and the absolute master of your own time. When you're riding solo, you don't need to have a plan. In fact, it's best if you don't. Simplicity is the key. In a group, you're on a schedule. You stop when the weakest link needs to stretch out or someone needs to pee. You ride at the pace of the slowest rider. Solo, you're the captain. If you want to chase a shiny squirrel down a dirt road just because it looks interesting, you can, without consulting a committee. Research, including a study from UCLA, shows that 20 minutes of riding can drop cortisol levels by 28%. Often called the stress hormone, cortisol is a steroid hormone produced by your adrenal glands. It's famous for its role in the fight or flight response. The study provided the first hard data to back up the long-standing claim that you never see a motorcycle parked outside a psychiatrist's office. When it's just you and the machine, it becomes mobile meditation. There's no chatter in the helmet, just the rhythm of the engine. Surprisingly, many feel safer alone. You aren't worried about the accordion effect or another rider's ego pushing you to ride beyond your skill level. You ride your own ride, period. Being a solo rider makes you a magnet for non-riders. People at a diner are more likely to approach a lone traveler than a group of 12. It leads to more organic adventures and local stories. It's not all sunset rides and open roads. Among those who have spent years in the saddle, there's a quiet, unspoken reverence for the lone wolf, a respect born from the grit it takes to go it alone. Let's take a reality check. There are drawbacks and risks to solo riding. If you go down or have a mechanical failure in a remote area, you are your own first responder. There's no one to flag down aid or help you pick up a 900-pound bike. Decision fatigue is real. You are the navigator, the mechanic, the scout. Over long distances, the silence can shift from meditative to isolating, and hours can feel much longer when you have no one to share the view with. Ever tried to use a restroom at a gas station while keeping an eye on a fully loaded bike? In a group, someone watches the gear. Solo, you're always on high alert for your stuff. Being a loner can be tough. In the wild, being a lone wolf is usually a temporary state of transition rather than a permanent lifestyle. Without a pack to help with hunting and defense, lone wolves face a significantly higher risk. Recently, I was in the market for a used project bike. I found a 2010 Dyna Wide Glide. It was a great project and is a really fun bike to ride. There was something sad about every conversation with every seller. I always asked why they were selling the bike, and every time it was a story about how they had no one to ride with. One guy said, "I thought it would be something my wife and I could ride together, but she's not interested and I don't like to ride alone." So, I can see you already typing your comments. Join a club or a group. For many people, it's not easy. Sometimes the people in a group aren't a good fit, or they don't really care or want to get to know a new rider. I have a friend that joined a club after buying his first bike and even became their road captain. He eventually left because no one wanted to ride, and there were members with bikes that hadn't run in years. What's the point of being in a club that doesn't ride? I get it. I'm not eager to ride with strangers, but I will. I prefer to add a new person to my group rather than join another. It can be tough when you're starting out, especially when you're alone. It's easy to get burned out. But we're all here now in this online community with thousands upon thousands of miles of experience. This is a great place to get support and ask questions. If you like this sort of thing and would like to support the channel, the best way to do that right now is to click the subscribe button. I love the pack I ride with and always look forward to our shared adventures, but sometimes the lure of a solo ride is just the thing I need. If you're going to do it right. Here's a lone wolf starter kit. Use a satellite communicator like the Garmin InReach when you lose cell service. Always share your itinerary. Use apps like TripIt or even a shared Google map. The cost of Google is pretty low. It's only the price of one human soul. The drawback is it's your own. Don't leave without a basic toolkit and the knowledge to plug a tire. Bring some high-vis reflective gear. You don't have a pack of bikes to make you visible to cars in the dark. You're a single small target. Here's an example of the retro reflective patch I wear on my vest. Whether you're a die-hard club member or a rider who finds peace in solitude, there's no wrong way to experience the road on two wheels. Yet, the solo journey offers something uniquely profound. There's something sacred about a solo journey. It proves you don't need a pack to be powerful. Sometimes you just need a full tank, a clear head, and a fistful of grit. Look to the horizon and go. If you've got a solo riding story, the good, the bad, or the mechanical, hit us up in the comments. You never know what you may bump into when you're out on the road alone. Maybe even a ghost. If you would like to dive into the haunted legend of Elmore, Ohio, where a headless motorcycle rider allegedly revisits the scene of his tragic heartbreak at a bridge, hang on tight. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a tale of lost love, betrayal, and a soldier's anguished return from World War I, only to find his beloved promised to another. The heartbreak leads to a faithful ride and a mysterious accident where his head is never found. Discover how the legend of the Headless Rider was born and what happens if you dare to visit the Indian Creek Bridge on March 21st, the anniversary of the soldier's death. If you would like to learn the chilling tale of the real Ghost Rider, stick around and hang out a while longer by clicking this video. If you would rather get out there on the road, this video is for you. I would really like to hear your ideas for Hangout topics and enjoy your questions or comments. I'll see you out on the road, and we'll see you next time.